the BigML tutorial series. In this video, we'll be talking about organizations, the collaboration feature of the BigML platform. First, we'll discuss what BigML organizations are and how they help streamline machine learning projects. Then we'll demonstrate how to create an organization on the BigML dashboard. Next, we will invite other users to join and assign them roles. Finally, we'll create a project and assign user permissions, making use of the granular access control provided by BigML. Machine learning projects usually require input from multiple team members, which can result in duplicated work for tasks such as pre-processing data and updating models. Throughout the process, you want to ensure that those involved have the right level of access to the right resources, which is exactly what BigML organizations provide. Organizations on BigML effectively turn the dashboard into a collaborative workspace, where multiple users can work on the same projects with specific permissions assigned. If you're familiar with GitHub repositories, BigML organizations work in a similar way. It's important to note that this feature is available for any user, but your personal account and your organization account are completely distinct, meaning any resources you've created or subscriptions purchased for your personal account do not carry over to a shared organization account. For an organization to be created, a member must purchase a subscription to be associated with that account. We'll demonstrate how BigML organizations work on the dashboard with a predictive maintenance use case. The dataset called Machine Failures is available to clone for free on the BigML gallery. Logging in to BigML, you'll see the dashboard of your personal account by default. Using the toggle menu on the left-hand side, you can switch between your personal account and organization accounts. As a single user, you can belong to multiple organizations. By clicking on your username and selecting Organizations on the menu, you'll see an overview of any organizations you've created and any others that you've been invited to join, including pending invitations such as this one. For this demo, we'll use an organization called Acme Inc. that I've already created. If I were starting from scratch, I'd use this menu option on the top right to create an organization. Here is where you add the basic information to get started, including a name for your organization and the primary email address that will receive all notifications for this account. The next section is billing information, which is optional and can be included now or later. Finally, we must select a subscription plan based on our team's requirements, such as dataset size and how many parallel tasks we need to run. As the organization owner, you indicate the number of additional users who will utilize the same subscription while working in the organization as an invited member. Before inviting other members to join, we'll explain the different roles. Every user is assigned a role, which defines their potential actions within the account. There are 4 role types: owner, admin, member, and restricted member. The owner will assign roles while inviting users to join, but these can also be edited afterward. As an overview of each role, the owner of the organization has full access to the account and projects, and they are the only one who can manage the subscription plan. The admins of an organization have full access to projects and can invite other users to join and manage their permissions, which will be explained next. Members can create new projects and access public and private projects where they have at least read permissions. Lastly, restricted members can access public projects and private projects where they have at least read permissions. Going back to the dashboard, we'll invite other users to join this organization. Using the menu bar, click Organization Settings. Here we can see I have already invited one person, Jane Jones, as an admin. To invite members, you include their BigML username, so they must have an existing BigML account. I will now invite Stephen Smith as a member and Bob Brown as a restricted member. They must accept their invitation before they can start working in the organization account. There are 2 ways users can accept their invitation: either by clicking the link on the email invitation or by logging onto their account. On the dashboard, they will see a notification and can accept the invitation under their organization settings. The number of users I can invite depends on the subscription plan chosen for this organization, but there is no limit overall for the number of users you can add to a given organization. The next step is to make a project for this team to work on. Projects are mandatory for organization accounts, allowing granular permission controls at the resource level. All users can create projects except those assigned as restricted members. Projects will be set as public or private. Public projects allow all users in the organization to access the projects with right permissions. Private projects, on the other hand, only allow members invited to the project to have access at specific permission levels, which we will explain next. Permissions define the range of actions each member can take for a private project. There are 3 permission types: admin, write, and read. As an admin, you have full access to the project resources and can invite other users and edit their permissions within the project. Write permissions allow users to create new resources, move resources from one project to another, and create local predictions. Read permissions allow users to view the resources and create local predictions. As a reminder, for public projects, all users in the organization have write permissions. Now let's go back to our predictive maintenance example. Here we can view and edit the project's name and see the ID number and other settings. By making it a private project, we can assign specific permission levels for each user. Also note that we can add project metadata, including tags and a description, to facilitate searching. These details can always be added later. After saving this information, we will assign permissions for each member based on their responsibilities. Since Jones is the manager for this predictive maintenance project, she needs to be an admin to invite other team members and assign them permissions. Note that all users that have an admin role in the organization also have admin permissions in projects by default. This is why Jones is already assigned as an admin for this project, without us having to explicitly set her as one. Smith is a machine learning engineer, so as a member with write permissions, he can complete his portion of the project, which mainly involves data wrangling tasks. Brown is an operations manager, so he needs read permissions to oversee the project results and improve the recommended solutions. This is the real benefit of BigML Organizations, making it easy for different users to collaborate on machine learning projects with the level of access according to their needs. This also enables people without machine learning experience to learn and benefit from the predictive analyses of their colleagues. For example, let's take a look at a model created as a part of this predictive maintenance project. The team is trying to determine thresholds for when factory machines will break down. As you can see in this partial dependence plot, 2 of the top factors that predict machine failure are temperature and humidity. And the decision boundary is clear that for the majority of cases, the machine is not likely to fail. But suddenly, when the temperature is above a certain threshold and the humidity is below a certain point, it becomes very likely for a machine to break down. Brown, the operations manager, can come in and view this partial dependence plot that was made by one of his machine learning engineers. And even without a machine learning background himself, Brown can quickly confirm what are the most important variables that predict machine failure. While the factors of temperature and humidity may not be that surprising, being able to view a model and its corresponding predictions gives the ability to make fine-tuned, data-driven decisions about how to best monitor machine performance, which influences the bottom line of this manufacturing company. To summarize this tutorial, we learned how BigML Organizations provide granular team and project management capabilities to help you efficiently carry out machine learning projects from start to finish. This feature makes BigML a transparent, collaborative platform, offering different levels of usage for your various team members. from analysts and developers to engineers and executives. All in all, the goal of BigML Organizations is to help companies of all sizes and industries to adopt machine learning across business units at scale. For more information, please check out the links provided on this slide, including the dedicated organizations page, release page, documentation, blog post, and frequently asked questions. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you at the webinar for our next release.